You've heard about reading through the Psalms every month, but what about the Proverbs? Hello, everyone. If you are an Anglican or otherwise a devotee of the Book of Common Prayer, you likely are already in the habit of reading through the Psalter, the Psalms of David, on a monthly cycle. So every month you would go through the entirety of the Book of Psalms. And in nearly every prayer book, they have the Psalms divided up into daily portions for reading so that you complete them in 30 days. So that is not a new concept, and likely due to that tradition, you can find many standalone psalters. That's not the only reason you can find it, but why there exists many standalone books of the Psalms, standalone psalters. This one I found for 25 cents at my local Mennonite thrift. This one happens to be in today's English version and has some delightful line art in it. So reading through the Psalter, the 150 Psalms, is not a new concept. But what about the book of Proverbs? This lovely little paperback was sent to me by Scott at Thrift Store Bible. Thank you, Scott. I haven't forgotten this, and I have several other items you've sent me that will feature in future videos. So thank you for your patience on that. This is a really thin little book. I'm not sure where he found it, but put out by Grove Press. And you can see printed in the USA, by the way. And this is in the authorized King James Version. And there's a quote that I remember from years ago from Billy Graham recommending the use of the Psalms, or the Proverbs daily and the Psalms. And he said, I used to read 5 Psalms every day. That teaches me how to get along with God. Then I read a chapter of Proverbs every day, and that teaches me how to get along with my fellow man. So the Psalms, 5 a day, and saying that, he's basically saying he will get through all 150 Psalms in 30 days, and Proverbs is probably designed a little more conveniently for that. There are 31 chapters in the Proverbs. I feel like I keep switching the words Proverbs and Psalms, but hopefully you'll be able to follow what I'm saying. 31 chapters in the Proverbs. So the problem sometimes one encounters in breaking up the Psalms into 30 days is, 7 months of the year have 31 days. So on the 31st day, you would simply reread the Psalms appointed for day 30. One has the opposite problem when reading a chapter of the Proverbs every day, because I suppose 5 months out of the year you will be missing out on the Proverbs 31, which is the excellent wife, virtuous woman chapter. So it'd be a shame to miss out on that. Just go ahead and tack that on to the months of February, April, etc. Let's look at the first chapter of the Proverbs for some encouragement on why one ought to devote oneself to the piece of wisdom literature that we call the Proverbs, which, by the way, if you're following the 1928 American prayer book, the lectionary there has us currently in this ordinary time between Epiphany and Lent, has us reading from the Proverbs right now. So that's what brought this freshly to mind. Their morning prayer, Old Testament, first lesson readings from the Proverbs, going on right now for those of us following that particular lectionary. But here we go, starting right off the bat, Proverbs, first chapter. The Proverbs of Solomon, the son of David, king of Israel, to know wisdom and instruction, to perceive the words of understanding, to receive the instruction of wisdom, justice and judgment and equity, to give subtlety to the simple, to the young man knowledge and discretion. A wise man will hear and will increase learning, and a man of understanding shall attain unto wise counsels. To understand a proverb and the interpretation, the words of the wise and their dark sayings. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. My son, hear the instruction of thy father, and forsake not the law of thy mother, for they shall be an ornament of grace unto thy head, and chains about thy neck. So, something you may want to tack on to your already quite full morning and evening prayer, Bible study, etc. Follow the advice of the late great Billy Graham. 5 Psalms to teach you how to get along with God, and a chapter in the Proverbs to teach you how to get along with your fellow man. That's it for today. Appreciate you watching. If you have any other advice in this realm of things outside of the Book of Common Prayer that you do on a daily basis, share your wisdom here with others in the comments. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you here again next time.